So, I was out on my normal kind of thrift store run, and saw this kind of wrapped up, and I realized, like, I googled what it was, and it's a little portable Canon printer. And I was hoping there was a scanner too, but no, just printer. And I noticed we had PICT bridge, USB, and then what looked like an IRDA on the side, and then power. So I was like, yeah, I'll buy it to play with. And so I get it back here and open it up, and then this plops out. I'm like, and it had a cap. I've already misplaced the cap like usual. This pops out. I'm like, what the hell? I look it up. It's a Bluetooth adapter. I popped it in the computer. It doesn't really show up as anything, so it's kind of it was very much made for Canon printers. But the only mentions I saw were for like a big old Canon desktop printer. So I'm like, will this work with it? Well, I thought, well, everything was labeled. Like everything had like down to the power supply. Looks like it was at a business. Everything was labeled for this printer, but this. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll try it. So I plug it in to the PICT bridge board. And it's like, it lights up. It didn't light up in the computer, so I'm like, oh my, this is cool. And initially, all that I had found was I connected to it and I could send it via Bluetooth OBEX file. So I sent an image to it, and since it's made to be a photo printer, it printed out like a picture in like a quadrant of this. So yeah, that worked. I was able to OBEX the file. Then I thought, how can I get this working in cups? And turns out I already had everything I needed, because Blues 5 deprecated a lot of commands, including like RFCOM and SDP tool. But I'm like, but I already had that installed, so I'm like, okay. And then I looked it up, and it says mostly Bluetooth printers were serial. So I was like, oh, SDP tool browse this address. Wakes up in a second, and I noticed we had 2 serial ports. One right here was just printer, first serial port, and actually technically a lot of them are just serial interfaces to different things. So technically, like, they're all serial ports. But because even OBEX is in a way, but 2 that were kind of labeled, like, so there was a basic printing, but just the one that was straight COM port was channel 1. So I'm like, okay, played around, got my user set up to configure cups by itself, and realized that yes, I can bind to the first interface, change permissions. I was in the group, but the cups user wasn't allowed to access it, so I had to chmod 777. Oh, this probably isn't connected, so let's quickly unbind in case I fucked that up. Let's bind to 1, and let's make it accessible. Now, if I come over to printers, I added a manual printer with the serial dev rfcom 0, manual URI, so I just added it, and I could probably find the exact driver, but I just chose the one Gutenprint driver that was closest, and it works. So, if I... Also, this is magnetic. Cool as shit. Pop it out. Somehow prepare paper. Go. Whoop. Come on, get in there. Okay, square up the paper. Come over here. Maintenance. Print test page. Printing page 1. Bluetooth lights up. Printer gets a file. Very gently pulls in the paper. And in almost no time at all, I'm being sarcastic, it is a very slow printer, but probably also because it's over Bluetooth. So it's printing it as it's receiving the data. And I got a USB cable with it too, but hey now, this is a lot cooler. And full color. But this also means I could print from like my Palm Pilot, my Tungsten, I have a Tungsten E2 with Bluetooth, possibly any of my Palm Pilots via IRDA. So this opens a lot of possibilities, all for $5. Yeah, came with ink too, so that was the blessing. But yeah, there you go. That's about it. Goodbye.